There is a new DoorDash deactivation that I've never seen before. Not that I've ever been deactivated, but it makes me question what really happened, and should you be concerned as a Dasher? This one has left me a little confused, and between you and me, maybe we can solve this mystery together. Now, I've been doing DoorDash for over 6 years and over 15,000 deliveries, and this one has me puzzled because I'm trying to figure out exactly what happened for this Dasher to be deactivated the way that it says. This was sent to me from a fellow Dasher, and even though I've never been deactivated, I've still seen my fair share of them over the years from Dashers sending them to me, but I've never seen this. Today we will go over the details of this new deactivation, my speculation on what actually happened, and should you be concerned as a Dasher. Stick around because I want to know what you think of this, because I believe it will definitely cause a debate, and maybe we can solve this mystery together. Here's the deactivation from DoorDash. It basically says your account was deactivated due to suspicious activity involving repeated interactions between you and the same customer, in which the delivery tip was immediately transferred to your bank account, and in each instance the customer requested and received a tip refund through the DoorDash support. As you were previously notified, this violates your independent contractor agreement and the platform access policy. To learn more, or can I learn more about this deactivation, you can review the fraud and abuse. Okay, so let's break this down. So if I get this right, the Dasher was communicating with the customer repeatedly. Okay, how do you keep getting the same customer? I mean, I get my repeat customers, but this seems like it's happening quite frequently. From what I take from this, as soon as the order was completed, the Dasher cashed out and the money was sent to their account. Okay, to me that doesn't sound too abnormal, but then the customer decides to call support repeatedly. I think that's the key word, and they remove their tip from support even though the Dasher already received a full payout, if I got that correct. And now DoorDash is labeling it as fraud and abuse. So how many times is defined as repeatedly? Twice, 5 times, 10 times? It seems like they were already warned ahead of time. I need the details, but I don't have them. So let's figure this out together. What do you think happened? Let me ask you a question. What is your first initial reaction? Is this a bogus deactivation or is it warranted? Let me know in the comments. Here's what I think happened, and I can be completely wrong because it is all speculation, because I have no facts except what is literally right in front of us to know absolutely for sure. I think a couple of things. Either this Dasher and his or her friend was trying to scam DoorDash. I think the friend was the customer, and the Dasher knew when their friend was ordering from a specific restaurant and knew to sit at the restaurant when they were ordering, hoping to get their order. Once they got their order, they were stupid enough to interact with each other through the chat, and DoorDash now has it on record. The Dasher then delivers the order like they would normally, and as soon as it was done, they ended their dash, and probably it went right to either their bank account or their Dasher Direct card or Crimson if they've already switched over, and they instructed their friend to then call support to remove the tips. So the Dasher got the money, the friend didn't have to spend the money, and then DoorDash had to eat the cost. If this is a scam, this is where people get greedy. They probably got away with it once, maybe twice, and decided, hey, it worked, let's do it again and again and again, until they got caught and deactivated. Or the Dasher could have delivered their own order, but if that was the case, there would not be interaction through the chat, unless they were really that stupid. Okay, so give me your best shot. Let me ask you, what do you think happened? Let me know in the comments. Or devil's advocate, was this a case of the Dasher didn't really do anything and it was a way for DoorDash to deactivate just another Dasher? We can question, how is it the Dasher's fault they ended their Dash after their order and then it got deposited in their account, and how is it the Dasher's fault that the customer backed out the tip and ultimately tip baited this driver? Is there a chance that this happened twice to a Dasher? Well, those odds are pretty slim. Or this Dasher is one of the most unluckiest Dashers I know. To me, even though we can think a different way, my opinion, the signs are pointing to a scam of some sort, and DoorDash really did deactivate them based off of fraud. Once again, just my opinion. Should you be concerned as a Dasher of this new deactivation? If you are doing things correct on the DoorDash platform, then no, you have nothing to worry about. But should you always be cautious and concerned about DoorDash deactivations in general? Yes, they can put anything under fraud. Lately, everything has been labeled fraud, and this one surprisingly has more details than it normally does, which is, to me, surprising on itself. So if this Dasher truly did do something fraudulent, they can be like, yep, I finally got caught. I know exactly what I did. This next part should not be surprising to you. Be warned, DoorDash monitors the in-app messaging. Now, I personally know this because about 2, maybe 3 years ago, I had a customer curse me out literally in the chat messaging because something was missing from their McDonald's order. I called support and they were able to pull it up right away and see the whole entire communication from the customer so they could address it with the customer. And funny enough, a couple weeks ago, I had to do a substitution for a customer, and the automated message that got sent to the customer was flagged by DoorDash. They flagged their own message saying it was removed for inappropriate language. What? Because it happened almost every time that I did an automated message to the customer. Anyway, I felt like saying DoorDash, it's your own message, dummies. But always be warned, they do monitor chat, and I'm pretty sure they have their AI set up to flag certain messages, phrases, words in their system that definitely could get you deactivated if you do not respond or interact appropriately. The one thing I will give DoorDash credit for, if you were this driver, you would know what you did, unlike most deactivations we have all seen. Normally you get, hey, you've been deactivated for fraud. Great, what do? I still have no clue. That's usually the norm. So have you ever been flagged for a message sent to a customer that was flagged as inappropriate and it really wasn't? Let me know in the comments. So what do you think about this deactivation? Was it warranted? Was it fraud? What do you think actually really happened? There was another driver deactivation, and if you want to learn more about it, check this one out next.